Follow these 6 steps in order to get the perfect guitar tone. Step number 1, adjust your amp settings. Make sure it's not too boomy or too thin. Basically, you're doing the EQ. This is the foundation of your tone. If you're using the amp gain, dial that in as well. If this main tone doesn't sound good, it's going to be really hard for you to get a good sounding tone with any pedal added or anything else. Step number 2, adjust your guitar settings. So adjust your volume, your tone, and your pickup selection. Single coils are going to be more twangy or punchy, whereas humbuckers are going to be more thick sounding. If you're using bright single coils, try going with the tone around 7 or 8. If you're using humbuckers, maybe try the volume around 7 or 8 and then adjust as needed. But if you're going for like a big rock or metal sound, then I personally would just turn the volume and the tone all the way up and then adjust the amp accordingly. Step number 3, dial in your pedal settings. Start with any pedals that are always on. And then adjust the EQ and the volume of that to your core amp tone. If you're playing live, make sure your pedal volumes are even with each other, unless your goal is to boost the volume. For me personally, I think the fewer pedals, the better. If you need 4 overdrive pedals in order to get the sound that you want, then you're probably not adjusting them appropriately. I think 2 overdrive pedals or distortion or whatever kind of gain pedals you're using should be enough. So you've dialed in all your sounds from the beginning to the end. Step number 4 is to use your main rig as often as possible. You need to dial in your sound not only settings wise, but also playing wise. If you have this really nice tube amp and you're playing with great pedals and guitars and everything, and then you're practicing with a little combo solid state amp, then it's not going to sound the same, and you won't be able to kind of dig in the way that you will when you're playing a gig or if you're doing a recording session. You need to get accustomed to how you're going to sound for the real thing. Step number 5, play with dynamics. Not everything needs to be volume on 10 and you're just really playing fast and hard. Play lighter during the verses and play a little heavier during the choruses. Make your solos build up too. So volume lighter at the beginning of the solo and then really make it increase as you get faster and more into it. Dynamics are one of the biggest things that can really evoke a lot of emotion. The best players out there are really careful with their dynamics. And step number 6 is simply to practice. Play exactly what you're going to play with the exact equipment that you're going to use. The tone really is in the fingers at the end of the day. Dig your fingers in more for heavier stuff and lighten up your tone for more mellow stuff. Play with various techniques like palm muting, finger picking, and hybrid picking. All these things make a huge difference in your tone. Try playing the same riff 3 different ways, so with heavy palm muting, with finger picking, and with hybrid picking, and pick which one you like best. There will be a big difference. So if you don't believe the tone is in the fingers, think about this. Who do you think would sound better? An 8-year-old guitar student playing a Les Paul into a Marshall Plexi, or Eddie Van Halen playing a Squier starter guitar pack? I think we all know the answer to that. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.